you ready to make a delicious cheeseburger? Because I am. And this is what you're going to need if you want to make it yourself. So I have this right here. This is beef bouillon. And it comes like this. So I broke it down to 4 parts, which I'm going to use 1 part, which is 1/4 of that square. And then I have salt and pepper to taste, just a pinch. And then I have 1 jalapeno, 1 serrano, which I'm going to be using this grate to actually grate it into my hamburger, which I'm only going to do half of each. So that's 1/2 of a jalapeno, 1/2 of a serrano. I have 1/2 of a teaspoon of onion powder, and then I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of granulated garlic. And this right here is adobo, and this is 1/8 of adobo. I didn't want to use too much of adobo seasoning because of the salt, because I'm going to get a lot of salt and flavor from the bouillon. I just wanted that hint of flavor from that. So keep that in mind, keep your sodium in line, and you're good to go. So let's get this mixed up. For the beef bouillon, you're going to want to break it down a bit, and I just kind of, roughly chopped it. Go ahead and add it in, and it'll all break down as you mix it. Okay, so I went ahead and used the grate to grate this in, but that was 1/2 of a jalapeno, and then as you can see, 1/2 of my serrano. So it's all up in there, and let me add my salt and pepper. We're going to go ahead and mix this until we're ready to make our patties, and make sure everything's good and mixed. And then when you're cooking, you're actually going to add an additional sprinkle of salt and pepper when you're almost finished cooking. Your patties, even if it's extra lean, it's going to create a little bit of oil, which these don't create much. So I'm going to add some Bromel and Brown made with real yogurt spread to the pan, and it's going to be 1/2 of a tablespoon. So I'm just going to melt this down a bit and just coat the whole pan. No mayo or no ketchup or no mustard. I'm going to be using fresh avocado. You do you, I'm going to do me, but that's just what I'm doing. You could pick one of these up at Walmart. They're totally awesome. And if you see right here, you could do the slices, or you could do the mash. I have some chopped up spinach. I have some purple onion here, and or red, whatever you want to call it. I call it purple. It looks purple to me. And I have some tomato, and then I have the rest of my jalapeno and the rest of my serrano, which I just have here. Whoever wants to toss it on their burger or put it on the side, go ahead, do you. And what I do with my tomatoes and all of my veggies is I do just lightly salt and pepper it, just for taste. It just gives it that extra little kick of flavor. Not too much, just a little bit, just a hint, a touch, a tab, a pinch. You got it. You get it, don't you? So do it. Oro wheat sandwich thins for my bun, and they're 140 calories per serving, which is 1 bun and or sandwich thin. And you're good to go. So try them out if you want to. You do you. I'm going to do me. For the cheese, I usually use the Velveeta Original only because it's 35 calories per slice. I know it's a processed cheese. It's not that great for you, and it's not like a wholesome food, but it is what it is when you're cutting calories. So it does taste good. I usually get the original once again, but this is the jalapeno one. I've never tried it. It is a few extra calories, which is 45 calories, but that's not much more. And the jalapeno sounds good to me, and they didn't have the original, so we're good to go, and that's what we'll be putting on our burger. All right, the patties are cooking, and then once I flip them, I'm going to top them off with a light sprinkle of salt, very light, because we season them all the way through, and some pepper. And that's it. And then we're going to add our cheese, melt it off, and we're going to assemble our cheeseburger, baby. Okay, these look like they're ready to flip. Never smash your burger unless it's flip pieces. There we go. That's what you're looking for. I have it on a high heat when I add my burger to the pan. or I turn it up to a high heat. I let it crisp up a bit, and then I turn it down to a medium-low heat and let it cook so it don't burn on the outside. So I flipped it. I'm turning it back up to a high heat. I'm going to let it crisp up just a tiny bit, not too much. And then I'm going to turn it back down and let it cook all the way through. And then we're going to add our cheese right before it's all the way done. Okay, we're going to assemble our cheeseburger, and I'm going to actually assemble this before I put the patty on. And I did add a couple extra ingredients to the avocado, which is onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper to taste, just to make a little bit of guac for the corn chips because we're not doing french fries. And yeah, so let's do this. I'm going to actually start off with some spinach, and we're going to put the spinach right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my onion, which I'm just going to put a little. We don't want too much. You know, we have, you know, just enough for taste. And then on this side, I'm actually going to put my tomatoes. And then I'm going to put some pickles. And these are kosher dill, which I feel is best for your burgers and just good for taste. These babies are done. Let's get it on the burger. All right, we're transferring the burger. We got some pickled jalapenos on the side. Looking pretty good to me. Back up. Now it's my turn. We're going to give it a taste test. Let me see here. I'm doing this one-handed. I'm actually recording all this from my phone. I didn't bring my tripod, and it is what it is. But let's give this a taste test. Yeah, so I'm doing this one-handed. I got guac on my cheek, but it's well worth it because this is really, really good. You know, I'm doing the best that I can at making something healthy. If you want a cheeseburger, I think this is basically one of the options as far as getting it as healthy as you could get it. So try it out if you can. And I'm going to get back into this burger with both my hands because it's a hot mess over here, but it's damn good. And I'll see you in my next video.